When I was a child, I had a vision for myself. And it was a very simple vision. I wanted to be a PhD holder, a professor, like my father here in the middle. And I wanted it to be in business, like my uncle. Just like that. So simple, straightforward, it fits into 2 sentences. PhD holder and business. How can I do that at that time? Believe me, I didn't know how to accomplish that. But one thing that I can tell you, it's very different from the youth of today. Because the youth of today, it's not only about the major they want to specialize in. The youth of today, we see you. We see you competing nationally, regionally, internationally, earning first ranks, gold medals. We have our eyes on you, and the world has their eyes on you. Why? Because we are led by a clear vision of 2030. Our dream cities are our destinations. We see the industries glooming in Saudi Arabia, and we know that we're going to be part of it. You're different. I was lucky enough, about 2 decades, I have been working closely with students in the university. I have been in fields like advertising, business, leading from vice dean to dean. And all through those days, I got to connect between creativity and business, and something clicked at that time. And then, after all these years, I got promoted to a senior position that got me away from student life, but got me to reconnect with what matters to me personally. And at that time, I got to understand that vision is not something static. It's something that grows with us. We rediscover it as we grow, and it develops. So, in the year 2025, this year, which is considered the Saudi-Chinese Cultural Exchange Year, I have decided to visit China in the summer as a tourist. And believe me, I fell in love with China because it's so different from anything that I've ever experienced in my life. And in China, something really incredible happened. I was invited to the personal studio of an international renowned Chinese artist who works in ceramics and porcelain, an art that is thousands of years old in China. And this artist, Professor Bai Meng, exhibits his work in London, Rome, Paris. And each one of these pieces, each one sells in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in that moment, a little spark of imagination came to my mind. And I asked myself a question. What if we can bring these artworks and exhibit them in Saudi Arabia? And what if we can bring the art of Saudi Arabia to China? And standing there, that question came back with me to Saudi Arabia. And when I came back, this question was haunting me, and I was researching this topic of the mobility of exhibitions between countries. And surprisingly enough, I stumbled upon research grants by the Saudi Ministry of Culture, and it was on the same topic. And I was like, this is the great opportunity. And I participated. And guess what? Out of 153 applicants, my research proposal was accepted. and I got an email. And the email said, your research proposal was accepted, and you need to be in China in 2 weeks for a research trip. And I was like, wow, that's really great news, but wait, 2 weeks? Just 4 months after visiting China as a tourist, I'll be going back? And guess what? It really happened. And I went to China, and this time as a researcher. And not only that, I came back on an international level project as a culture connector. This was inspired by a little spark, by a little question in the studio that enabled something like this to happen. What I want you to hear is that sometimes it's a little voice from within. Do not ignore it. Do not ignore the little spark, the little feeling, the sound you hear, the sound that comes from your heart, your mind, and your soul. Because your generation has a gift my generation never had. First, you're surrounded by technology. It's easy for you to connect ideas. It's easy for you to think about interdisciplinary solving of problems. Believe me, you live in a Saudi Arabia that is led by a really clear vision that we know the industries that we want to participate in and that they are waiting for you to be part of. The global challenges that you can be part of. So, my message to you, please embrace your inner spark, the passion within, the idea that never leaves your mind, because it will move you forward. You are the future leaders of Saudi Arabia, so please make us proud and make yourself proud.